Hi guys, this is Milena, and in today's video we're going to talk about our biggest enemy. Because very often throughout time we're being told, and we have been told, who or what our biggest enemy is. And we're being told that the biggest enemy is weapons of mass destruction, that is Al-Qaeda, that it's terrorism, that is this organization, that organization, and right now there's a virus. But what is behind all of this is the actual pandemic that we've had for many years in our human species on this planet, and that is the pandemic of fear. Why is that pandemic being used? Because we are creator species. You are a creator. All of us are. How we create our reality with our physical, emotional, mental state of being. And if we want to call it with one phrase, it is our vibrational level, because at the end of the day, everything is a vibration. And yes, our vibrational level, our frequency level determines what we create. Fear is by far the lowest vibrational level that we can create. And when we are in a state of fear, we're very easily controllable. We can be told what to do, and we will take that as an option because we want to eradicate that threat. Now, the idea that is really being sold to us is that fear is good for us. That when you're in actual physical danger, for example, it's good to be afraid because that tells your system, your body, to fight or to run away, fight or flight, and all these things. Well, what is the very first thing that when a martial artist starts training, even if you watch movies of the Bruce Lee type, to control two things: fear and anger. Why? Because these are the lowest, most vulnerable states of being that we can be in. We are not in control of our system. We're not capable. Basically, our abilities drop to a minimum. Because when we're in a state of anger and fear, we cannot think clearly. We do not have access to our higher states of consciousness. We do not come up with creative, wise solutions and ideas about what to do. The fear pandemic, as I call it, has been propagated on this planet for a very long time with a reason. Of course, there's agenda behind it, because that turns us into a bunch of followers. I know that we don't like to think of ourselves as followers. We all think that we are independent, critical thinkers who make our own minds. But are we really? If there's any fear in your life and you do things driven by fear, or I do things driven by fear, and I'm following somebody else's agenda. Because it feels right now that there's a distinct split in choice of experience of reality on the planet. And the easiest ways to describe the two categories are those who choose to continue being driven by fear, which means somebody else will make the decisions for you and will tell you what to do, and you might continue thinking that you're an independent, free, critical thinker. And those who want to actually be making those decisions for themselves, not driven by fear. When have you ever made a decision based on anger or fear, and that worked out wonderfully for you? It never really does. Because acting from that lowest possible vibrational state yields the lowest possible vibrational results as a manifestation of reality and as an experience. I have mentioned it in so many videos in the past, and this video is designed not so much to point fingers or to say who's doing it and for us to feel like victims or get angry about it. It's simply to become aware and to know what we can do. And it's very simple, because fear and anger, for that matter, and all other negative emotions or positive ones are simply energy packets. They're packets of energy. And we can choose what to do with them because we are in charge of our system. And we can transform them. We can allow them to flow through us, but not control our actions and move out of our system. And this is why many times now I have mentioned the fear processing exercise. It's something that literally takes 5 minutes. You can find it on ineliabenz.com. She created the exercise originally. I also recorded a version if you want a voice to follow, or you can download the video from her website. Use it and see the difference that it makes. Some of our fears are kind of sneaky because they come in the form of anger, of frustration, of social responsibility, and being a mindful citizen. But at the end of the day, when we look at the actions that we are being driven to take based on those things, we will see that that's still very much fear-based actions in reality creation. Let's not do that. Yes, the enemy is within us because fear is something that we feel and we choose to allow or not allow to control our actions. Suppressing it, pushing it, pretending that we're not afraid is not it, because energy doesn't really get lost in space. It will get bigger and bigger until we pay attention to it and transform it, which basically is allowing ourselves to feel it fully and move it energetically through our system without acting on it, based on it. It's very interesting because we say we make up our minds and look at all this information. And the information is a very interesting thing because for many, many years I was part of the system, part of the machine that was delivering this information, which is designed to create specific behavioral patterns, specific emotional reactions. My personal investment in this is that I would like to create consciously a high frequency reality that is not based on fear. Whether it's fear of whether we're going to survive, whether we're going to have money, whether we're going to be happy or successful. And mostly it has to do with survival. Because the biggest primal fear that gets triggered and activated within us is the fear of survival. And if it's not us, it's the people that we love, the people that are close to us. And when that fear gets activated, we're willing to do anything we're told. We're actually even asking for it to solve our problem. And if you're not quite sure how to use the processing exercise or even how to pinpoint your fears, book a session at askmilena.com. Subscribe to my newsletter for some insights, free tools, and events. And you will also receive the ebook 7 Life Hacks to Empower Your Daily Lives. If you have not subscribed to the channel, you know the drill. You can do so below. Please click on the bell so that you get notified of all new videos which come out on Friday. Stay fearless. Bye-bye.